humanity. It's January 3rd, 2022. And it's our favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Good morning, everyone. This is Bev.
Happy New Year, Bev.
Happy New Year.
and happy
Wow.
and happy New Year to all of you. We got three twos now. 2022. That's an interesting year, huh? So
Yep.
I always feel like Good Morning Humanity. It's like breaking news today. There's always something breaking.
Something's breaking. Hopefully
So we
not.
have breaking news here. We have BioTouch is good for the earth. Oh my gosh, I was reading all kinds of things. It came up in my readings two or three times this week, and I thought, well, BioTouch is good for the earth. So we're going to talk about that, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
So I'm going to start it with a little quote that got me inspired, and it's from a local nursery here in Tucson called Spadefoot. I hope I don't get in trouble for quoting them, but they posted it on Facebook. So they go, make one of your resolutions for the year to convince more people to share their human spaces with wild creatures, plant more native plants, and to behave in such a way that stops making an enemy of the flora and fauna around us. We can all do better to reverse the trend of disconnection with nature, personally as well as publicly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. I must say that's beginning to filter into the mass consciousness of humanity. It has been for a little while, which is really a new direction. Actually, it shouldn't be new, but in our consciousness, it's a
Right.
direction. And I just want to start out by saying that in our vision statement, the foundation's vision statement, the last is that BioTouch is here to help maintain a chain that shall go on indefinitely. This is a chain of life. And we know that BioTouch begins with that self-awareness of ourselves in relation to what? Our environment. And that means everything else in that environment, whether it's another human being, whether it's a plant or an animal or a rock.
Right.
Because here's some news. Here's some breaking news. We are only one of the species on this planet, not the species.
Right.
Okay. And part of our job here as this great kingdom called humanity is that we're supposed to be the caretakers of some of the other kingdoms, the animal, the plant, and the mineral.
Let
Now,
alone each other.
well, I mean, we
Well,
can't take
not
care of
even.
each other if we're not taking care of that which we are already responsible for.
Right.
So until we can really understand our connection to nature, which is just an expression of something greater than us, until we can really start doing our job and stepping in and taking responsibility for what we can't take care of each other. And I really truly think that that's why BioTouch is here now. Part of this awareness, this consciousness, this awakening that is helping us to re-identify ourselves as loving individuals, a loving group that's here to take care of each other and every other life form on this planet. That's
Right.
really what we're here to do. It's our job.
And
We need to grow up and wake up.
grow up.
That's
Well,
what BioTouch is here to help us do.
right, and that's our main mission purpose is self-awareness.
Yeah,
BioTouch brings us to a self-awareness, and as we've
right.
said over and over, like when that trucker said, I don't know what the hell they mean by that. It's just a simple awareness of ourselves, as you were just saying, in relation to our surroundings.
Right.
Now, for many of us, we've never even been in relation with our own surrounding called this body, which is a part of what you
Right.
just talked about, the animal kingdom, the virus kingdom, the the earth kingdom. It's like it's all, we are made up of those same things.
We are.
It's listening
Yes.
to Zach Bush talk about the medical model and really trying to bring this earth conscious into our body, so that
Yes.
we don't become as afraid anymore. I think BioTouch brings us that opportunity, as you were saying.
Oh, I,
When we live in that
yes.
love, we don't have to be afraid of this body in its relationship to the diseases we get, or the pains we get and things like that. This
Yeah, it,
this
it gives us a whole nother awareness of what our bodies really are. They're a vehicle of memory and things working out. And when we take away and made up of everything beautiful from this earth, and when we take out that element of the unknown, the fear, then we start connecting to this beautiful temple that we're attempting to build so that we can be very present here on this planet and work in service, loving service to each other and to every other life form here. And that's one of the reasons why I really embraced BioTouch from the very beginning, because I understood that that's part of its gift. It's this, as we said how many times, awakens the body into its true nature.
Yeah, true
There, it's
nature.
safe, it's loving, it's honoring life. It's perfect.
And it's so vital right now. So BioTouch
Yes,
is good for the earth. It's an earth movement. It's we, as you were just saying, and we're going to say it again, we have to take care of this planet that we're living on, and
yes.
so that it can house all of it. What is it, 7.5 billion or 8 billion now or
I'm
something?
sorry. It's, yeah, 7.5 billion souls here now. This,
So,
we need to take care of nature because otherwise we don't stay here.
right, and we can do that. And something like BioTouch empowers us to, what's the word, even come to an understanding of what that responsibility is.
Right?
We're not talking about some political movement here, where you
No.
have to give up a lifestyle or go into a meditation. This is just about everyday living. And BioTouch brings us to that awareness and helps us take responsibility, because I've just seen it in people. It triggers in them this, this is what it's about. Oh wow, BioTouch really does that. It's amazing. I just talked to this guy in Egypt who took that class, and I had to talk to him. That was an awesome conversation.
Oh, good.
Jeffrey was his name, and he does a lot of what they call energetic work. He does body work. He does this work. He's studied dozens and dozens of techniques. He loves BioTouch, and he says that greeting alone changes everything, changes everything. And I'm just like, and so
He
there it
gets
is.
it.
We had a great conversation. And so just doing the greeting is good for the earth.
Yeah.
It will create a chain, as you were saying, that will go on indefinitely.
Yeah, life is one. And we've heard that, how that's such an ancient axiom. The one life here. But it's true. And people like Zach Bush, he has that understanding and he's starting to put out those thought forms for all of us. It just stimulates us and helps us embrace. We need to learn to embrace who we really are. And who we really are these amazing beings of love. And we are here to serve a purpose as a group. So BioTouch helps us to learn to care about each other. And then it what ripples out. You cannot help when that heart opens and that caring begins, all of life benefits from that in our environment.
Yes.
So it's time to embrace who we truly are and what we're here to do.
And it really is simple, folks. That we're not. This is not rocket science or any kind of science. It's just a simple touch. Now, we even did some research to show the benefits of BioTouch, both on stress reduction, pain reduction, symptoms of disease reduction. And one of our major researches was done with Dr. Gary Schwartz at the University of Arizona, who also did some research with what he called earthing, grounding and earthing, and how important it is just to stand on the grass or the ground for a moment,
Just
just to
stand
urge.
with a tree.
Yeah, that old hug a tree day,
Yeah,
is actually becoming mainstream now.
I know.
They're finding scientifically something goes on when you touch the ground, when you touch a tree, when you
Yeah,
just observe the blues in the skies or the greens in the sky. There's this healing circle that goes
I
on.
know.
And
I
Gary
know.
Schwartz was actually did some data collection to show how that's really beneficial for us in these bodies. Well, he did our research with BioTouch and came up with this a quote in the preface of BioTouch Healing with the Power in Our Fingertips by Deborah Schildhouse. You can still get it. You can get it on your Kindle book. You can order it from the foundation, and just love reading what he said. The kind of love that BioTouch fosters is a high level of love, including empathy, compassion, caring, kindness, gentleness, protection, safety, gratitude, appreciation, and respect. All those things we're saying that's BioTouch is good for the earth. It's
Yeah.
good. It brings us to that love, of which he then goes on as you explore Deborah's gracious and grateful book. My wish is that you become filled as I did with the wonder and promise that BioTouch offers all of us, our loved ones, the greater humanity, and nature as a whole.
Oh, yeah. I know. Isn't that lovely? Oh,
It's just fits this whole show that we're trying to do with nature
it
itself.
does.
It's that love that brings us all those descriptive terms: compassion, protection, love, empathy. But you don't have to go get it, as you were saying, because it's
No,
already within us. We just need
right.
some way to start expressing it. And BioTouch can do that. You
Yeah,
can come
yeah.
to an understanding.
If you really, if somebody really wants to begin a different, uh, begin working in a different way, on a different path to change certain elements about what they're not really liking about their lives, or any changes they want to make, any new choices, looking for opportunities, that's what BioTouch is going to offer every one of us. It offers us an opportunity to grow, to become aware, to make different different choices about our lives and our health. And we know we've seen people that have been having BioTouch, and it changes other aspects of their lives.
Yes,
They
yes.
make different decisions, and they better there it's this is here to better our lives individually and as a group that is part of the one life on this planet.
So, as we said, we do have a 21-day challenge. If you'd like to get it, just send us an email, office@justtouch.com, and we'll send you a little reminder of that. And it's just doing the greeting for 21 days with another human being. Just reach over, touch them, do the greeting. We're going to show you how to do it in a minute. We'll tell you how to do it. And then have them do it to you. And
Right.
people say, oh, but what if I don't have anybody with me? Well, okay. So do the point on yourself, but think of somebody else doing it to
Doing
you.
it on you.
We need to leave this entity of myself all the time of, oh, me, and oh, I'm in isolation, or oh, I can't get out. Well, then, okay, let's start thinking of others in our life. Let's bring just that thought of others in our life, or us doing these points on another human being. And so we're going to teach the points, and I'll teach point one, and Bev will teach you point two. Point one of the greeting, very simple, and I'm going to say it so you can, if you're on the podcast, you can do it. You're going to take two fingers of your dominant hand. That's the index and the middle finger of your dominant hand. I want you to feel that breastbone and follow that breastbone down into the tummy area where it gets soft. At the end of that breastbone, right where it gets soft, you're going to take those two fingers of the dominant hand and you're going to lightly, like a butterfly, touch that for 6 to 8 seconds. And on the skin. So go under a shirt, go between a button,
Yes.
whatever, take your top off, it doesn't matter, and you hold that point with your dominant hand for 6 to 8 seconds. That's point one. And point two, Beth?
And point two is you take that same dominant hand first two fingers, and you look for this, what we call the big bone. It's at the base of the neck. If you bend your head forward, you will see it coming out. You identify that, and about 1 to 1.5 inches to the left on the back of your neck is point 2. And again, lightly touch that point for 6 to 8 seconds.
That's it, folks.
That's
and
it.
As Jeffrey shared with me, he sees over and over, just by doing those 2 points, that greeting, things begin to change. Awarenesses begin to come to us.
Yeah, the body responds.
Yes. And we truly believe just doing the greeting is going to be good for the earth. It's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for the earth and all the rocks and the trees and the little fairies floating around, whatever you want to perceive that makes up this earth, the viruses.
Right.
Zach Bush tells us how important those viruses are, that we are made up of viruses.
Yeah, the earth evolves through viruses.
Yes, exactly.
Please.
So, we have to work with all of this. It's all part of us, and it's time for us to take responsibility for our own health care and that of the planet. So that's our goal. And 2022, as Spadefoot asks us to do, we're going to try to reverse the trend of disconnection. We're going to try to bring connection with nature and one another. And that's our only goal.
Unity.
Yes.
Unity is the word for 2022. Yes.
And I always like that word community when I was, doing my old hippie days. Unity.
Unity.
Come into unity. So
that's right.
We have our BioTouch community, and whether you do BioTouch or any other touch, reach out and touch a loved one. And join us on Mondays. Join our website, justtouch.com. Download our ebook. Learn how to work with different health conditions. Check out our website. There's really some good information, lots of testimonials, a lot of past articles. And if you have more questions, just reach out to us, office@justtouch.com. Well, all right. And you have a board meeting coming up very soon where you're really going to start planning how we're going to make these changes as a board to help take care of the planet.
I know. Yep, we've got some amazing people here and they get it.
Yep. So we can actually make that the theme of our annual board retreat.
There you go.
Taking care of the earth.
We're Earth Guardians.
Yes, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bev. That was a great little dialogue. And
yes.
We'll see you all next week for sure, if not before.
We will. Have a great week, everyone.
All around to the sun, they come here every day. They do a lot of touching and they do it without pay. They all do it gladly because they are so sweet. Bless the staff and practitioners down on Pima Street. Once they all had ailments, stress and other things. They know how to get relief, that's what BioTouching brings. They love helping others, people like you and me. Bless the staff and practitioners down on Pima Street. Doesn't make any difference who you might be. You are the neighbor, so a person is all they see. You'll be treated like a friend the very first time you meet. Stop